Hello aspirants, welcome to MVP Vishwakosha. In today's video, we will cover most important current affairs for UPSC, KPSC and all competitive exams of 12th and 13th November 2025 current affairs. In that, Prime Minister Modi's visit to Bhutan. Okay, that is first point. Here, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Bhutan as part of India's neighborhood first policy in international relations. You should know about that India's neighborhood first policy. So, in that, he inaugurated the 1020 megawatt Pung Sang Chu, that is two hydroelectric hydropower project, and also India's extended rupees 40 billion in concession line of credit for Bhutan's energy development, and also strengthened cooperation in digital payments, agriculture, connectivity, health, tourism, and also reiterated India's commitment to Bhutan's economic stability, okay, and energy security, and also reinforced strategic coordination amid China's activities along Bhutan borders. So, in that perspective, all this visit, that Prime Minister Modi's visit to Bhutan, very important. So, in that practice MCQ question, which hydropower project was inaugurated during PM Modi's 2025 Bhutan visit? Okay, and that options are Mangdeng-chu and Pong Sang-chu 2 and also Kurichu and Sankosh. So the answer is that is option B, that is Pong Sang-chu project 2. Okay, and also in the mains question, practice question, discuss the significance of Prime Minister Modi's 2025 visit to Bhutan in that in reinforcing India's neighborhood first policy. So in that keyword, you have to discuss the importance of that visit and all. So that is about Prime Minister Modi's visit to Bhutan. Next news, that is about India and Vietnam defense policy, okay, dialogue in that 15th, that is defense policy dialogue that held in Hanoi, Vietnam. Okay, so here they reviewed the defense industrial cooperation, cyber security, maritime collaboration, and also discussed submarine rescue, real-time intelligence exchange, and defense technology, and also strengthened India's Act-East policies and also Indo-Pacific strategy. Also, Vietnam seeks to diversify defense partners beyond China. Also. So, in that perspective, that Vietnam-India relationship in that, especially defense policy dialogue, okay, is very important. So, that's about India-Vietnam defense policy dialogue. In that practice MCQ, that the 15th India-Vietnam that is defense policy dialogue 2025 was held in that is Da Nang, B New Delhi, C Hanoi, okay. D is Ho Chi Minh City. So answer is that is option C, Hanoi City, okay, in Vietnam. In mains practice question, that is evaluate the role of India-Vietnam defense policy dialogue in advancing India's Act East, East and Indo-Pacific strategy. So in that very important, that is very important. You have to evaluate the role of India-Vietnam, that is defense policy dialogue. Okay, so that's about India-Vietnam defense policy dialogue. Next news, that is about recent again, that sixth India-Vietnam exercise, that is VINBAX. So here that sixth India-Vietnam Army exercise VINBAX 2025 held in Vietnam. So main theme is even peacekeeping operations. Okay, so focuses on disaster response, jungle warfare, interoperability, and also participation. That is our Rajput Regiment, Indian Army, and Vietnam People's Army. They participated, so that will enhance India's leadership at the United UN peacekeeping operation and also defense diplomacy in ASEAN. Very important. So that's about sixth India-Vietnam VINBAX exercise, army exercise. So in that MCQ practice question, the central theme of VINBAX 2025 was four options: anti-piracy, desert warfare, UN peacekeeping, naval drill. So answer is that is even peacekeeping. So in mains practice question, how does VINBAX strengthen India's leadership in UN peacekeeping operation? Okay, so in that you have to explain. Okay, so that's about sixth India-Vietnam VINBAX exercise. Next is about G7. Okay, so the foreign minister meeting, in that Jaishankar's meeting main key facts. So held in Niagara, that is in Canada in November. Okay, so and also main India focused on supply chain resilience, maritime security, critical minerals, and also introduced India's Sagar, that maritime outlook, and also held bilateral with the US, European Union, Saudi Arabia, Canada meetings, okay, sideline meetings, and also discussed cooperation on Indo-Pacific and terrorism, economic security. In that perspective, they discussed Jaishankar's meeting is foreign minister meeting is very important, and you should know about all the G7 member countries. All that is very important. Okay, so that is about recent Jaishankar meeting with G7 foreign minister meeting, and in that MCQ practice question, the 2025 that is foreign minister meeting attended by India was held in, that is four options. That is Ottawa, Niagara, Tokyo, Berlin. So answer is that is Niagara. Next, in that mains practice question, analyze how India used the 2025 G7 platform to push for resilient supply chains and Indo-Pacific, that is security. Okay, so in that perspective, you have to explain. So that's about G7 foreign minister meeting, Jaishankar's meeting. Okay. And next news, that is about Rift Valley fever, that is Senegal and Mauritius, and that WHO confirmed 404 cases and 42 deaths, that especially that African countries, that is Senegal and Mauritius. Yeah. And also in that Rift Valley fever, there is especially that mosquito-borne zoonotic viral disease. So there is no human-to-human transmission reported linked to heavy rainfall, rise in mosquito breeding. There is a very important reason, and also highlight one health vulnerabilities, that climate plus animal plus human, that problems. Okay. And also African region faces limited surveillance and healthcare capacity, right? So all that in that perspective, it is very important that Rift Valley fever, two countries, Senegal and Mauritius. Yeah. So in that practice MCQ question, that is Rift Valley fever is transmitted mainly through airborne droplets, mosquito bites, contaminated food, human to human contact. So answer is that is mosquito bites. So in that mains practice question, that is the 2025 Rift Valley fever outbreak, highlight global, there is One Health vulnerability. So you have to discuss about that one. So that's about Rift Valley fever, that is in Senegal and Mauritius. Okay, next topic, that is about recent, that is President Draupadi Murmu's visit to Botswana. Very important, that first Indian president to address Botswana National Assembly. And also that is Botswana handed over 8 cheetahs under wildlife cooperation, and that is very important. That is scheme and all, and also key areas, that mining, digital tech, and pharma, education, health sector, that deals, and also alliance India's Viksit Bharat 2047 with Africa's Agenda 2063, and also strengthen India's Africa outreach and global South leadership. In that India and Africa relationship is very important country-wise and all. So that's about recent President Draupadi Murmu's visit to Botswana. In that practice MCQ question, during the 2025 Botswana visit, how many cheetahs were handed to India? Okay, 4, 8, 10, 12. So answer is that is 8 cheetahs. Okay. And also mains question, that examine the significance of President Draupadi Murmu's Botswana visit for Indo-Africa Development Partnership. In that you have to examine the importance and all. So that is about that President Draupadi Murmu's visit to Botswana. Next is about Mitra Shakti, okay, exercise, that India and Sri Lanka, very important. That 11th edition, that is held in Belagavi, that is in Karnataka, foreign training of Karnataka. So that is India's Rajput regiment and Sri Lanka's Kajaba regiment. They participated, main focus on counter-terrorism and also sub-conventional operation, and also enhances army to army cooperation and regional stability, and also strengthens India's neighborhood first and Sagar vision. So in that perspective, it is very important that Mitra Shakti exercise 11th edition, India and Sri Lanka. Okay, and also in that practice MCQ question, that Mitra Shakti 2025 was hosted at Chennai, Pune, Belagavi, Jaipur. So answer is that is Belagavi. So in that mains question, that discuss the importance of Mitra Shakti in strengthening India Sri Lanka defense cooperation. So in that Mitra Shakti exercise is very very important. Next news, that is about Climate Risk Index 2026, that Germanwatch main key facts and all, that is released by Germanwatch. So here India is ranked ninth most affected, that 1995 to 2024 overall 8 lakh 32,000 global death due to extreme weather and also extreme events especially that is heat waves, storms, floods that dominates that report, and also main that highlight climate injustice that developing nation most affected and useful for India's climate negotiation position at COP. That is very important. That is about climate risk index 2026. So in that practice question, that is India's long-term rank 1995 to 2024 in climate risk index 2026. In that four options are there. That is 3, 9, 15, 22. So the answer is that is 9. Okay. So in that practice question, mains question, how does the climate risk index 2026 underline climate injustice for developing nation? So that is about climate risk index 2026 report. Next news that is about uh, India's neodymium production target, that is financial year 2027. In that India to produce 500 tons of neodymium by financial year 2027, produced by that is Indian Rare Earth Limited (IREL), and neodymium is a key for EV motors, wind turbines, missiles, electronics, and also aim to reduce dependence on China, especially on rare earth elements dominance, and also supports energy transition and defense manufacturing. Okay. So in that India's neodymium production target financial 27 is very important. In that practice MCQ question, India aims to produce neodymium by financial year 27 up to 100 tons, 250 tons, 500 tons, 1000 tons. So answer is there is 500 tons. So in that mains practice question that discuss the strategic relevance of neodymium production for India's energy transition and defense sector. So that is about that is India's neodymium production target financial year 27. Okay. So next is about last topic, that is about Booker Prize 2025. So here David Szalay, that won that Hungarian British won Booker Prize 2025, winning novel that's Flesh. Okay. So theme that is about migration, identity, okay, masculinity, class, alienation. So in that boost cross-cultural literature and global storytelling, it highlights rise of transnational English fiction. So very important Booker Prize and all. So in that very important practice MCQ that David Szalay won Booker 2025 for which novel? The Promise, The Mirror, Flesh, and The Inheritance. So answer is Flesh. Very important for exam perspective Booker prizes and all. In that mains practice question, analyze the theme of migration and identity in the Booker Prize winning novel Flesh. Okay, very important. So that you have to analyze. So that's about Booker Prize 2025 won by David Szalay. That's all for today's current affairs update from MVP Vishwakosha. Revise these topics well, okay, and also consistency builds confidence. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for daily updates on UPSC, KPSC, and all competitive exam. Thank you.